running. So on that time, what happened? You must have feel that our body temperature rises. Whenever the body temperature rises, we stop running, like breathing start, like we start fast breathing, means the rate of respiration increases, rate of heart rate increases. Then what happened? We take the rest. Whenever we take the rest, what happened? The temperature gets down, the breathing rate become normal, and heart rate become normal. So what is happening? How does it happen? Actually, there are some hormones. There is a neural system. What it is trying, they are trying to control our temperature, our body temperature. They are maintaining our body temperature. They will bring it down at the normal state. They'll bring down the heart rate at normal state 72. They'll bring down the rate of respiration normal at approximately 14 to 15, 14 to 16. Right. So what is happening? Whenever the temperature, blood pressure, respiration, and all that, they go up to equilibrium, it will be bring down. When it will go below the equilibrium, it will be bring up. Right. So that is coordinated by two things. First, that is our hormone, and second, by the neural system. So that's how the state to maintain the equilibrium state or state, the state or the system or the state which maintain our body processes at optimum level, that is called the homeostasis. The main homeostatic mechanism in the mammal include the system that responds to the change in the both external and internal conditions to control the pH, temperature, and water potential of the body within a narrow limit. The pH level of the body must be maintained so that the structure of the protein molecule remains stable. That is very important. This allows enzyme to function at their optimum activity and structure of the, that is important. That you note to that you need to note down. Right? Why the pH level is so much important? Because hormones are very sensitive. Enzymes are very sensitive. They will work at the optimum temperature and optimum pH level. These are the two prerequisite conditions to work properly any hormone or enzyme. So they need to be controlled. This allows enzyme to function at the optimum activity and the structure of cell membrane to maintain. You saw how the transport of the carbon dioxide away from the tissue and the body controls the pH of the blood, the fluid. Uh, how the pH level of the blood is controlled? Can you tell me, Affaf? Do you have any idea?
No.
Okay. Look, there is one very amazing thing. I always tell it when I teaches the digestion and all that, but you have already gone through with that topic. Uh, whatever we eat from morning till evening when we go to the bed, during this duration, whatever we eat, everything is acidic. And all those things which seems or which appears tasty to you, they all are acidic. Fat, acidic, right? Sugar, acidic. Water is not neutral, slightly acidic, right? Whatever we eat, everything is acidic. But the blood is basic. So how does it happen? You do not eat anything. Actually, there is a protein which is found in our blood that is called albumin protein. Albumin protein, the egg white is basically made up of that albumin protein. The same albumin protein is found in our blood. Albumin protein work as buffer solution, and it always maintain the pH level of blood and keep it basic. Clear? If you want, you can note it down. Albumin protein, please note it down. This point. Albumin protein found in our blood at dissolved state full stop. It work as buffer solution. It work as buffer solution, and it is responsible for maintaining the pH of blood slightly basic. right?
Okay.
Okay. The core temperature of the body need to be stable and maintain the optimum activity of the enzyme and control the rate of the cellular reaction. As you learned, a stable temperature is very important to maintain the structure and function of cell membrane, because you know that the change in the temperature affect many of the, like, rate of transpiration, rate of respiration, rate of transfer of ions and all that, right? It also work on the, it also affect the permeability of the membrane as well. Control the movement of the substance into in and out of the cell. In human, the temperature around 37 degrees centigrade. The water potential of the body fluid must remain within a narrow limit to avoid the osmotic effect, and that could damage or destroy the cells. You learn about the effect of osmotic changes. Now, homeostasis. Homeostasis involves the high level of coordination and control your nervous and chemical control that we discussed already. System internal to maintain the dynamic equilibrium of the body. Sensor receptor detect the change in the body. They send messages to effector and either to work reverse the change or increase using the number of the different feedback system. Effector are usually muscles or gland, that need to be noted down. Effector are basically muscles or gland. Effector are those which work, right? Feedback system. The communication, the the communication in homeostatic feedback system may be by hormone, chemical messenger, or by nerve impulse, electrical message. You will learn more about the nerves and hormone in topic 8. There is often a small overshoot or undershoot, going beyond or not to reaching the ideal level. As feedback system correct. So I have already told you, if feedback system will be like, if it will go below the optimum level, it will be bring up, and if it will go beyond the optimum level, it will be bring back at the, and to maintain the equilibrium. And these both of the work would done by nervous system or chemical system, means hormones or neurons. And that also need to be corrected so that the level of the most of the body system fluctuate, vary between the values above and below, slightly around the ideal level of dynamic equilibrium. In some cases, there are separate mechanisms for the controlling and changes in the different direction. This gives you particularly sensitive response to the great degree of the control. An example of the control of the good sugar level. Negative feedback system. Most of the feedback system in the mammals are negative feedback system. They provide a way to maintain a condition. Most of the feedback system in the mammals are negative feedback system. They provide a way to maintain a coordination such as concentration of the substance within a narrow unit. The receptor detect a change in the conditions. This result in the effectors being stimulated to restore the equilibrium. If the concentration goes up, the effector bring it down again, and vice versa. Example of the negative feedback. Let me give you negative feedback. So, this is the normal level of the particular factor. Fall to lower level. So what will happen? There are receptor in our skin. They detect the change. Communication by hormone, by the nervous system via coordination center, and they means they will go to the our brain. Effector carries out the response which bring about the corrective changes, rise the normal level. Then what will happen? The brain will give the order, effector will go, effector will increase. So effector, what can be effector? Effector can be either the hormone secreted by pituitary gland, or what it will be, or it will be something that direction which is given by the nervous system, right? Now rise to a higher level, what will happen if the temperature goes, or even any hormone change, any pH value that goes to higher level? Receptor that detect the change, again the receptor will detect the change, and communication with the help of hormone, or either by the nervous system via coordination system, coordination center that is present in our brain. Effector that carries the response which will bring about the corrective changes fall in normal level, and it will bring down the normal. That's how they call feedback system. Did you got it, or should I explain you much more with the help of enzyme example? I did.
Uh,
Understood or
you
not?
can explain with the example.
Right. Suppose that previously I have given you an example of the insulin. For sake of example, what happened? I just had my dinner. For example, I just had my dinner. Now, what happened? Right now, the sugar level of the sugar will increase. Now, the level of sugar will increase. Now, this will be detected by receptor. That receptor is a hormone that will be detected, and this information will be given to the hypothalamus. Hypothalamus gland means it is chemically controlled. So receptor is a chemical. Now hypothalamus will ask pituitary gland to do something to decrease the level of sugar. Else the person will become diabetic. Means I will become diabetic, but I am a healthy person. So what will happen? Now hypothalamus will ask pituitary gland to do something. Because hypothalamus, we have already studied hypothalamus is secretory, right? It will ask pituitary gland, which is present in our brain. Hypothalamus and pituitary both are present in brain. Now it will ask hypothalamus to do something. Hypothalamus will release an enzyme, and it will push, or it will order to pancreas to release insulin. Hypothalamus given a positive order to whom? Pancreas. Pancreas getting the order means now there is an effector. That effector will order the pancreas. That hormone is effector. Now that order will be followed by pancreas. Pancreas will start releasing insulin. Insulin will be released, and the extra sugar which is present in blood, that will be converted into glycogen and stored into liver. Now the sugar level is maintained, but insulin is keep on releasing. Now if extra insulin will be released, sugar level will fall down. Again there is a receptor that will give feedback to hypothalamus that this is the time to stop insulin. Hypothalamus will give suggestion to pituitary. Pituitary will again release a hormone, and this will be negative change. It will ask pancreas to stop releasing insulin. Pancreas will follow the order with the help of effector. It will stop releasing the insulin. Now the body is at homeostasis, means the sugar level will be at a normal state or homeostasis. So that's how this feedback system works. Got it?
Yes.
This is called actually feedback method. 100% clear, Affaf?
Yes.
Okay. So the same story is given over here. There is example of positive feedback. In positive feedback system, effector work to increase the effect of the triggered response. That's what we discussed, right? So in negative
What's the
feedback,
difference between negative and positive feedback?
look, positive feedback when you ask someone to do something, right? That is a positive feedback. Negative feedback when you ask someone to stop something, that is negative feedback. Got it?
Okay.
Now the birth system, same thing, even positive feedback, right? So controlling the heart and breathing rate. Nervous control of the heart. So both of the things have been given. Give me just a minute. Controlling how the brain control the heart rate and breathing rate. rest. Hmm. All right, human respiration. So, actually, this is not given anyway. How to control modified circulation. I want to actually make you understand in an easy way. Just visible to you, Affaf?
Yes.
Okay, that is the regulation of the cardiac activity. How does the regulation of the cardiac activity, which part of the brain is involved over here? That's what I want to show over here. Right. Look, what is happening? That there is a certain part of the brain which is responsible for controlling it. So the first point you can see this the below one, this stalk part, this is called medulla oblongata, and this upper swollen kind of the part, this part is called what? This is called bones, right? So you can see the medulla part, this part. So this part below this one, this is the medulla part. So cardio-regulatory center and chemoreceptor. Cardio means heart, regulatory means regulator, center, and chemoreceptor means the receptor which receive the chemical, right? They are present. Hello. Affaf.
Hello.
Yeah, am I audible
Yes.
to
Yeah.
you? Okay. So look, that is present in medulla oblongata, right? It means the cardiac activity of body or cardiac activity, basically the control of center of the heart is present in our hide brain. And which part of the hide brain? That is the medulla oblongata, and the stalk of the brain, right? This is the part which connect the brain to the backbone. You know
Medulla
that.
oblongata
Sorry.
connects the brain to the backbone.
Exactly. Yeah.
Oh,
This
okay.
is the stalk part. This is also called a stalk. Actually, this medulla oblongata, it connect the brain to the backbone, right? So there are some center sensory nerves fiber. They arise from here, and they goes to they reaches to the bronchoreceptor wall of the internal cardiac artery, cardiac artery, right? So carotid
So what
cardiac.
is carotid body
I have already
chemoreceptors?
told you that the cardiac artery is that which bring the brain the blood to the brain.
Okay.
You know how does this commandos are trained, and how
Oh,
does those killers are trained to kill the people. They do not attack anywhere. They are the people who know the anatomy of every time. If that the commando terrorist or these kind of the people who are well trained to kill people, they never put the knife anywhere. They just try to kill this part. They just put the knife and
yeah.
they slice over here. What happened? They cut down the carotid artery. If you'll touch your neck part, you'll feel actually this
Oh,
is
the thick part?
yeah, this thick part. And you will feel there is some pipe. If you push it,
Yeah.
you'll feel the pulsation and you'll feel the pain, right?
Yeah.
This is the actually carotid artery which is taking the blood directly to the brain from the heart. And it have very high pressure, highest pressure in the body. They cut down this. When they cut down this one, the supply of the blood stop immediately to the brain. Brain will die without the oxygen. The person will die immediately. You can't save that person. Got it?
Oh, yeah.
One more thing, very important. Like that's why the biology is very interesting. Whenever a leopard, whenever a tiger, and whenever a lion, it attack on any animal, it try to capture this part first. It will bite on this part. It will bite on this part. Go to the National Geographic channel and you'll feel Discovery channel. Whenever,
Yeah, I watch it.
yeah, whenever a tiger, panther, or lion, these cat family member, they try to kill a prey like deer. They'll always capture this part, and they'll keep on putting pressure here, keep on putting pressure here. They just stop the blood supply. So they choke two things: windpipe and blood supply. That's how they kill their prey immediately. Got it? So they don't. These animal they are designed by the nature. They don't have any idea what they are doing, but that's how they kill the animal. Got it?
Yes.
Okay. So these first these center these the sensory nerves, they reaches to the carotid artery, right? And another, what is that? There is a bronchoreceptor aorta, right? So directly aorta. So you have to remember two things. First receptor sensory nerve, it reaches to the carotid artery, then bronchoreceptor. There is a one more nerve which arises second. This is the parasympathetic nerve fiber, right? It also arises from the bones, and it controls SO node. You know that this is SO node is called pacemaker, right? It control the heart rate. It control the heart rate. That is 72 per minute, right? That is controlled by SO node. SO node function we have already understood, right? One more parasympathetic nerve fiber, it reaches to the all part of the heart, right? It is spread all part of the heart, right? Parasympathetic, so there are another parasympathetic nerve, right? Parasympathetic nerve fiber goes to the adrenal gland, another adrenal gland. Adrenal gland release a hormone that is called adrenaline. Adrenaline can also be called epinephrine or epinephrine, right? So this epinephrine or norepinephrine, there are two hormones. Collectively, they are called a what? Hello.
Yes.
Okay. So collectively, they are called adrenaline, right? So this adrenaline can also control the heart rate with the help of this chemical or this hormone, right? That's how the heart rate is controlled by the two things: adrenal gland.
Sir,
And
what's the parasympathetic nerve fibers and sympathetic nerve fibers?
actually, there are two kind of the fiber: sympathetic nerve fiber or parasympathetic nerve fiber. Sympathetic nerve fiber, they are actually, not autonomous, right? Autonomous, not autonomous means they are, we can control the function with the help of our willpower or will, right? With the help of our brain, right? And parasympathetic nerve fiber, they that is a sort of the autonomic nervous system, means they are self-regulatory.
Sir, I wanted to ask something.
Sorry.
I wanted to ask something.
Yeah, sure.
Um, People that play horror games and games that involve killing, how does their brain and heart get affected by it?
Yeah, you know what happened. uh there are, you must have seen that there are certain kind of the movies, certain kind of the shows, certain kind of the pubs, clubs, they are avoidable by those people, like it is prohibited to those people who are the heart patient.
Yeah,
You must have seen a heart person will never watch a horror movie, that or bloodshed kind of the thing. What happened whenever you whenever kids play any like bloodshed kind of the game, right?
yeah,
And watch the horror kind of the movie. What happened on that time? I have already told you there is a hormone called adrenaline hormone, and the adrenaline
yeah,
hormone will define how daring you are. So what happened? Hormones start releasing from hormone. They keep on releasing. When the hormone will release, right? This is the adrenaline actually. Adrenaline will release and it will increase the heart rate.
yeah.
Same way like the drugs do, right?
Oh,
It will
oh,
increase
so
the
it's as bad as drugs?
right, right. It's as bad as drug.
Oh, wow. So it can cause hormonal issues as well?
Exactly. Those kids basically, you must have seen that. I have seen that a very dirty kind of the like very like what to say, I don't have word for that, like I feel very like bad when I see that a kid is playing a game, and the game, there the kid have a knife or a hammer on the hand, right? That help, it operate with the help of the joystick, and he's killing a mouse again and again, killing. And when he kill the mouse, the blood is like spreading here and there. Very like a filthy kind of thing, right? So that's a really very a horrible kind of the game, and that kid is keep on watching. So what will happen? It will drop two impact: a psychological impact, that killing something it easy, it's not innatural. First, that is a
Okay.
psychological impact. Second, every time he's doing that, he's getting excited, and adrenaline is getting released in his body, that is increasing his heart rate, that is making him more aggressive, that is making him more daring, right? So it is dropping two kind of the impact on the body: first psychological, then physiological. And
Okay.
these kind of the kids, they become psychological ill. They are the
Wow.
actually psychological ill kind of. You must have seen those kind of people. They are the kids
They're
which are,
short-tempered.
sorry,
They're short-tempered.
they short tempered. Like suppose that they saw a dog, they will start like pelting a stone on the dog. Those kind of the kids, right, which behave abnormal. So that's why the internet use, that's why the gaming and all that, they drop a lot impact on the body of and the psychological impact on the like kids. So what you are watching, what you are reading, that drop a great impact on your brain.
Okay.
So nowadays, that is the days of internet. Uh, to be psychologically healthy, that is very important, and that is a big issue. What I have seen nowadays, that is a big issue. So internet is very good thing and it's a very bad thing. So did you got that? How the regulation of the cardiac activity takes place?
Yes.
Okay. And got the what is the sympathetic and parasympathetic nervous system?
Not really.
Oh, come on. Parasympathetic, look, can you control your heart rate?
No.
It means
Okay,
there is
so
an
these are the
automated
things
command.
that we cannot control.
Yeah. So
Okay.
can we control our respiration rate? No, that is not in
No.
our control. So that is regulated by parasympathetic nervous system. It is automated command. Got it?
So sympathetic is the part that we can control,
Yeah.
and parasympathetic is not.
Right.
Okay.
So simply you have to remember parasympathetic means automated nervous system. Got it?
Okay. So this medulla oblongata part actually sends um signals to the heart
Exactly. And it controls
to
it.
operate, to control. Okay, so the heart
Right.
is controlled by the brain.
Heart is controlled by two things: brain and
Okay.
this one, adrenal gland.
Okay.
Right?
So you have any issue with either of these, your heart will be affected.
Right. You know what is the hypertension? People who get the tensionized, panic,
Yeah.
more tension.
Yeah.
Hypertension, high blood pressure will increase. So how did means it is now your heart is controlled by your affected by your nervous system.
Okay.
Right? People who are watching horror movie. Now this time it is chemical control.
Do you like to watch horror movies?
Sorry?
Do you like to watch horror movies?
No. Actually, now I don't get the time. But when I was I used to like till for 2013 or 14. Uh, I always used to watch Hollywood action movie first show at the night time, 11 p.m. to 3 p.m. night show. I never miss it. But now I don't get that. But today, nowadays, what I first thing that Hollywood action movie. Second, those historical movie. Have you seen all that? Like that kind of movie, like Troy. Have you seen that? Troy,
No.
Gladiator.
Yes, when I was young.
Ah, so that is
Oh,
one of the
Gladiator. Oh, that's my father's favorite.
that is also I have 11. Like I have watched it 21 times.
I cannot tell you the amount of times my father has watched it.
Yeah,
He
and
watches it
one
every
more
night.
movie highly recommended. You must have seen, I think. That is the Pursuit of Happiness. Have you seen that?
I've heard of it, but I haven't watched it.
It's awesome. Highly recommended. You must watch it. You'll learn from
Okay.
it. Yeah. So, did you got that?
Yes.
Okay. Now the next thing is that how respiration is controlled. I'll show you one more PPT for respiration. One respiration. Of visible to you? Legible to you?
Yes.
Okay. Yes. Right. So the same way, uh, our hide brain control human heart as well as it also control our human lungs, right? So respiratory center, one more thing which you need to uh, keep in your mind: the respiratory center and the control of your heart, both are lying at your this one, uh, both lies at your hide brain part, right? Look. So breathing center, we have seen that the regulation of the heart, the center which are regulatory for the heart, they are found only in medulla part. Here, a respiratory control center or a breathing control center lies at the both of the part, where it is present in the pons as well as in medulla. So there are 2 points where they are present. Now you can see that there are some nerve impulses trigger that contraction of the muscle, intercostal muscle, right? So there are two nerves which are arising from there, and what they do, they are controlling our what? They are controlling our these muscles, intercostal muscles, right? The second part, that the two nerves which arises, they goes to the our here heart, and that comes from the medulla, we know, and they control the heart, right? So our brain also control the breathing part. So intercostal muscles are controlled with the help of the this breathing center, and that's how they control the rate of the respiration. Got it?
Well, let me just say this.
Yeah, sure.
What's O2 sensor, sir?
O2 sensor means the level of oxygen in our blood.
Nerve impulse from O2 sensor. What does that mean?
Means the amount of the oxygen which is present in our blood, that is sensed by our this medulla part, respiratory. This is for the look. If the oxygen amount of oxygen fall in blood, so there are certain O2 sensor, they will give this information to the back brain. What will happen? Rate
Okay.
of respiration will increase.
Okay.
When you
What
start running,
are phrenic nerves?
sorry,
Phrenic nerves.
phrenic nerve, that is the name of the nerve. They control the intercostal muscle, nothing else.
Okay. I understood.
And one more thing, sorry. The intercostal nerve that control the intercostal, and phrenic nerve, it goes to this, it arises from the same part, right? From the medulla part, and it controls the diaphragm, which also help in
Okay,
the
phrenic
respiration.
nerve controls diaphragm.
Right. And the
Okay.
intercostal nerve that control the
Intercostal muscles.
intercostal muscle, right? And you know that there are simply there are two things which control the volume of the heart, or the sorry lungs, and the mechanism of respiration. That is the only two things which control it. Clear?
Okay.
Clear?
Yes. Yes.
Now come back to our uh, textbook.
So do you think I will be asked to draw this heart rate graph?
You can like you may get, that look at the rest time, that is 72 normal. When you
Okay.
exercise, it increases. You have to take
Okay.
it till 100 or 110, right? When we take the rest, again it comes down. Simple.
Okay.
There is nothing much more science, right?
Do I need to remember this table?
Now you need not to remember that this table.
Okay.
It's just for you making you understand. Oh, volumes, TV, tidal volume, again, vital capacity, ERV, IRV. I will tell you all those things. What else is there? Okay, that is a practical issue. Control and regulation of the breathing. But that's what we have studied, breathing and homeostasis. First, let me show you these volumes. These volumes. Concept of lungs volume, right? And if you want, you can note it down. Let me tell you. Volume. Look. Okay. Look. What is tidal volume? Affaf, try to understand. These are the concepts which you need to understand.
Okay.
Right now we are talking. I am teaching you, and you are studying. Every time we are breathing in and breathing out. You know, every time I am taking in 500 ml gas, that is not oxygen. 500 ml gas. Out of it, 21% is oxygen. 500 gas in and 500 gas out. 500 ml out. So that is called tidal volume. So the volume of air that enters and leaves the lungs, each natural rising breath, that is called tidal.
Okay. So the
It is
amount of gas
it is
that
wrong
leaves our body is the same amount as the one entered?
in healthy person, right?
Okay.
So it is written wrong. Tidal volume is not VT, it's a PV, right? PV is tidal volume, right? Now, inspiratory reserve volume is the volume of air that you can take in above the normal inspire volume, tidal volume. In other words, look, inspiratory reserve volume, IRV. Now, I just taking 500 ml. Now, what I am doing? I am breathing more air. Other than the 500 ml, whatever I have taken extra, that is called IRV. Got it? Affaf.
Can you explain then?
Yeah, sure. Look, I'm breathing normal. So normally I'm breathing. How much I have taken? TV. What is the amount of TV? 500 ml,
500.
right?
Okay.
So I just breathe in. Now after breathing that 500, now I am breathing more air. That is other than this 500. What I breathe, that is called inspiratory reserve volume.
Okay.
Got it?
More than needed.
More than needed, right? So TV is 500 ml, right?
Okay.
IRV is 2500 to 3000 ml.
Hello?
Affaf.
Yes.
So that is the IRVs 2500 to 3000 ml. Got it?
Okay.
Now, what is the next? ERV. Look, now I am breathing out. How much I will breathe out normally?
500.
Now I am pushing my heart, more my lungs, more than 500. So whatever the amount I expire more than 500, that is ERV.
Okay.
Got it or not?
Yeah.
Okay, good. So what is the ERV? I am telling you the amount. ERV is 1000 to 1100 ml.
Okay.
Noting it down? You're noting it down?
Yes.
Okay, fine.
1000 to 1100.
1000 to 1100. Right?
Okay.
Now, what is vital capacity? Vital capacity is the total tidal volume and inspiratory and expiratory reserve volume of air which you can be breathe in or breathe out hard as you can. So, what is TV? TV is the maximum amount of the vital capacity. Vital capacity is the means that is the strength or capacity of your lungs. The amount
Okay.
of oxygen, amount of the air maximum you can breathe in or you can breathe out. That is called vital capacity. Got it?
Okay. So what is IRV? The amount of IRV.
IRV, amount of the IRV 2500 to 3000 ml.
Okay.
And ERV 1000 to 1100 ml.
Okay. Done.
Got it?
Yeah.
So vital capacity, it depends on person to person. Right? Athlete will have more vital capacity, and a normal person like us will have less vital capacity. What is the RV? Residual volume. Residual volume is that volume which cannot be breathed out, that cannot be taken out from the lungs. Right? You have
Okay.
expired. What is? You have expired tidal volume, TV, 500 ml. Then you push more pressure on the lungs to expire out. Again, you pushed it. Other than 400, you can 1000 to 1100 more expired out. But still, there is some volume which is left behind, which cannot be taken out. That is called residual volume. That always remains in the lungs. Got it?
Okay.
Okay. So total lungs capacity is the sum of vital capacity and residual volume, right? So residual volume is actually 500 ml, right? So TLC, total lung capacity, residual volume, and vital capacity. Got it?
Okay.
Inspiratory capacity is the volume of that can be inspired from the end of normal expiration. The same thing. Vital capacity plus IRV means 500 ml plus 2500 to 3000.
Okay.
Got it?
So tidal volume plus the X-ray that we can inhale.
Yeah.
Okay. Sir, I wanted to ask,
Yeah, sure.
bacteriophages are a type of virus, right?
Bacteriophage, yeah, that is a virus which attack
Okay.
bacteria
Okay. They attack bacteria, not
only,
human cells?
not humans.
Okay.
Control and regulation of breathing. We done with that. I've just told you. Go through with your textbook, right?
Okay.
So we completed this one. Go through with this one. The same thing is given over
Okay.
here, right?
Okay.
You'll understand. Now you will understand. There is one more thing. There is practical skill, right? What is that? Investing in a exercise. I tell you, that's how the like lungs are checked, right? So you have to go through with it. There are some equipment we have. Like this, you'll get these equipments.
Oh, so
So
yeah, this will come in the Unit 6 paper. I will have to write about it.
sorry. Once again.
I told you there is this exam, like I have 3 exams, right?
Yeah.
The last one is about everything practical. So I
Okay.
will have to write about this.
Yes. You have to go through with it. In case if you are unable to understand, then you'll let me know. I'll explain again, right? Those
Okay.
practical skills, right? Uh, oh, what is the next? That is the 7C. 7C. Respiration, muscle, and internal movement. What is that? What are hormones? Endocrine gland. Okay, means this is endocrine system. Function of hormone. How does the hormone work? That is given. Osmoregulation means that is the expiratory system. Okay. Nephron activity. Okay. What else is there? How the kidney is controlled. Okay. Thermoregulation. Okay. How the heat is preserved. What else?
I think this will be easy because I studied this.
Hmm. That is easy. That's for the okay.
Except for the
Except
hormone part, that's new. But I studied all of this and I still remember it.
okay, you remember it. So, uh, what part should I cover in this one?
Well, you should cover everything, I guess. There can
Okay.
be extra information.
Okay. I thought you are done with the rest of the part. So,
No. I studied this in less detail like 3 years ago.
okay. No issue. Fine. So let's start with this one, hormonal control. Just few minutes back that we understood that the hormones are the only hormones and the heart. Sorry, not hormones and the brain means nervous system. There are two things which control our uh, homeostasis part, right? And we understood what is the homeostasis exactly is, right? So first, hormones. Hormones are responsible for the main form of the chemical control in the animals. They are organic chemicals produced in endocrine, right, and released into the blood. They travel through transport system to the parts of the body where they cause changes, which may be extensive or highly targeted. Hormones are usually either proteins or peptides. So that is the need. That is you need to control. That is you need to note it down. So hormones are usually either proteins, peptides, or steroids, right? So there are three things. What are the asteroids? Asteroids are basically made up of fatty acid, right? Hormones can have very rapid effect or they work a long period of time. change which causes the action of the hormone include what action hormone can cause. They change your body experience during puberty, the sensation you experience before interview or race or exam, the way the amount of urine produced by your kidney that varies. These all are controlled by the hormone. There are a number of the things which are controlled. Once a hormone enters into bloodstream, it carries around in the blood until it reaches its target organs. The cells of the target organs have a specific receptor molecule on the surface of their membrane that bind to hormone molecules. This leads to change in the membrane and produces a response. Right? Endocrine glands. So endocrine gland, all those glands which do not have any duct or tube, they are called endocrine gland. Endocrine glands are those glands which releases hormones. Second important thing. And hormones are directly released into the blood and they work only in target organ. What does it mean? Suppose that a hormone which is released by our brain and it have to work on the heart. So a gland like adrenal gland, which is sorry, a gland like pituitary gland, which is present in the brain, it will directly release that chemical in blood, very small. That chemical will keep on circulating every part. It will pass through the every part of the our body, but it will work only on the target organ, that is our heart. Right? It won't work anywhere else. Right? So that's how the hormone works. Right? On the target. Endocrine glands. So those glands which release the hormone, they are called endocrine, and they release directly then into blood, and the hormones are released in very small. What is the chemical composition? You we have discussed peptide, protein, or steroids. Um, Exocrine gland, which produces digestive enzyme. Exocrine gland. What are the exocrine gland? Means those glands which produces the. They are the gland which are the which have the duct, like liver. Liver have bile duct which releases bile to the intestine. Right. So generally, exocrine glands are those which are enzyme producing gland, and they have duct and they do not release their secretion in the blood. They release it into the target organ with the help of their tube or duct, which produces digestive enzyme, and endocrine gland, which produces hormone, insulin, and glucagon. The glands all have a rich blood supply with a plenty of capillaries within a glandular tissue itself. So that is a property of gland. It will have rich blood supply, plenty of capillaries within a glandular tissue itself, right? Endocrine glands that produces secretion of a gut release their juices along the small tube or duct. The endocrine gland do not have duct and they release the same thing which we discussed. They include, right, puberty glands, hypothalamus gland, thyroid glands, and all that kind of the glands, right? What is the function of puberty controlling hormone? Not puberty, what is the function of hormone release system? Let's read it out. Endocrine system enters very closely with the nervous system. Some hormones are released as a result of direct stimulation of endocrine gland by nerves. For example, adrenal medulla means that is the medulla part which is present in brain. Adrenal medulla of adrenal gland releases adrenaline when it is stimulated by sympathetic nerve system. Right? The control or hormone released by the nervous system is relatively simple. If the gland is stimulated, the horror kind of the thing that is I am telling you. The same thing is explained here in different way. If the gland is stimulated, hormone is released, and if it is not stimulated, no hormone is released. The level of stimulation, the level of stimulation determines the level of response. However, many hormones are released from the endocrine. However, many hormones are released. Just However, many hormones are released from the endocrine gland in response to the another hormone or chemical blood. For example, pituitary gland in the brain secrete several hormones that directly stimulate the other endocrine gland. In addition, change in chemical in the blood can stimulate release the hormones which consequently act and regulate the level of the chemicals. Some hormones are released in response to the chemical stimulus, such as another hormone, glucose. In this case, a negative feedback loop control the secretion. You look at the principle of negative feedback. We have studied it. We have just remember or not? Few minutes back. Insulin case.
Yeah.
Affaf? Yeah. The same thing is explained over here. What is the positive control? What is the negative control? Look, the same thing. The pituitary gland in the brain produces release of the secretion that affect the most of the endocrine gland and the body. The pituitary gland has an anterior lobe and the posterior lobe. The pituitary gland itself mainly under the control of hypothalamus gland, right? So pituitary gland is the gland which control other gland, but it is itself a controlled by hypothalamus gland. Are you getting this
Okay.
point or not?
Yes.
Okay. Hypothalamus is the same thing. Hypothalamus is a small area in the brain directly above the pituitary gland. It performs a variety of the functions. Although, what are the variety of the function? Other than controlling the pituitary gland, it also control. It is called thermoregulatory center. It also control the temperature of our body. So it is called thermostat of human body, right? Our body temperature is controlled by the hypothalamus. Our thirst part means we feel thirsty, so that is also controlled by the hypothalamus gland. It performs a variety of the function along with it relatively small. One of its function is to monitor the level of a number of metabolite and hormones in the blood. The hypothalamus control activity of the pituitary gland in response to the concentration of these chemical. You will see the interaction between the hypothalamus and pituitary gland play a very important role in homeostasis. Yes, because it is working on the feedback mechanism. How does this control function? So the close anatomical relationship between hypothalamus and pituitary gland. Hypothalamus contain neurosecretory cell, right? These are nerve cells produces secretion from end of the axons, and one group of these cell, neurosecretory cell 1, produces a substance that stimulate or inhibit. Stimulate means to push on, inhibit means to suppress the release of hormone from anterior pituitary. They are known as releasing factor or release inhibitory factor. Look, this is the hypothalamus, fiber that transport neurosecretions, neurosecretory cells, right? Look, they have these cells. What do they control? They reaches to the posterior pituitary, to the anterior pituitary, and that's how with the help of these cells they are controlled. The same thing is little. They are known as either releasing factor or release inhibitory factor, depending upon what they do. If they ask to go and release the hormone, they will be called releasing factor. If they will stop, they will be means negative feedback, they will be called inhibiting factor. The another group of the cells, neurosecretory cells, produces secretion that is stored in the posterior pituitary and released later as a hormone, right? Got it or not?
Yes.
But this part is important. Under the control of the hypothalamus, pituitary gland produces 6 hormones from the anterior lobe. So this is the anterior lobe, this is the posterior lobe of pituitary. Their function ranges from controlling the secretion of thyroid gland, control the growth and from the sexual development to the control of the urine volume. You can see the hormone produced and a role play in the secretion we will focus on antidiuretic hormone and its holistic role of controlling the concentration of the mammalian blood. What is the ADH? And rather than talking about the ADH, what are the diuretic substances? Can you tell me, Affaf? What are the diuretic substances?
I don't know.
Oh, come on. No?
No,
You know what are the diuretic?
I don't know.
Antidiuretic is opposite to diuretic. Uh, if you drink coffee too much, you have to go for frequent urination. That is true.
Yeah.
Take the tea, you have to go for urination. Take the cold drink, more cold drink, you have to go for the urination. Take the drugs, take the beer, take the whiskey, you have to go for more urination. All those substances which increases the rate of urine formation in body, that is called diuretic substance.
Okay.
Note it down. So tea is diuretic, coffee is diuretic, beer is diuretic, whiskey is diuretic, they all are diuretic. Diuretic, note it down. Diuretic substances. All those substances which increases the rate of urine formation in our body, rate of urine formation in our body are called diuretic substances. Example, caffeine, that is found in coffee, caffeine, theanine or theine, found in tea, theanine, alcohol, drugs, etc. So what is the antidiuretic hormone? Means which is working opposite or against diuretic, that reduces the rate of the urine formation. Got it?
Yes.
So basically ADH is, adrenaline is also called ADH, or you can say ADH is released by the this one. Sorry, just a minute. Adrenal gland. ADH is secreted by adrenal gland. What will happen during the time of the summer when there is a scarcity of water in body? You are feeling thirsty, but you are not getting the water. Sometime you must have seen that, like right now you are feeling thirsty, but you are traveling and you do not have water. You will search for the water, like you will search for a shop where you will get Bisleri and all that, right? Any water bottle or any water resources. Till the time you will travel, means you will wait for that time. That time may be 10 minutes, 20 minutes, half hour, even it may be 1 hour. You are feeling thirsty, but you are not getting the water. During this time, what will happen? Adrenaline will be, means ADH will be secreted. ADH will reduce the rate of formation of urine, and it will save more water. That's how the ADH works. Got it?
Okay.
100% clear?
Yes.
That is the ADH. Look, these are the hormones which are secreted by anterior pituitary gland. Thyroid stimulating hormone, it will control the secretion of thyroxine and uh, triiodothyronine, tetraiodothyronine, both are the collectively called thyroxine hormone. Growth hormone, they will be responsible for growth of the body, growth of the bone, growth of a child, and sexual maturity. Adrenocorticotropic hormone, ACTH, control the secretion of some hormones of the adrenal cortex of the adrenal gland. They will control the hormones of the adrenal gland, right? Follicle stimulating hormone FSH has effect in males and females. In females, it stimulates the formation of ova from ovaries, right? Ovaries, and also help to production of estrogen. Also stimulate the development of the ova in menstrual cycle. In males, it stimulates the testes to produce sperm, right? Luteinizing hormone LH stimulate the ovulation, means release of the ova in female, right? Formation of corpus luteum. Do you know the corpus luteum? Have you
A
gone
little
through
bit.
female like megasporogenesis and means formation
I've
of egg in
forgotten it.
ovary? Sorry.
I've forgotten about it.
Mm, I'll tell you. Uh, that is a form. Look, there is some inside ovary formation of a vesicle takes place, and this vesicle is called. Remember, Graafian
No.
follicle. Graafian follicle. Inside Graafian follicle, ova is found. At the time of ovulation, ova is released, and that Graafian follicle do not destroy it, contract, and that contracted Graafian follicle is called corpus luteum. That corpus luteum starts secretion of progesterone. Didn't remember?
No.
Should I show you that diagram? PVT.
Yeah.
Wait, let me search it. It should be there. Human reproduction. Human reproduction. Okay. Human reproduction. There. Human health and disease. Reproductive health. Yes, human reproduction. Female reproductive structure. Oogenesis. Oogenesis. Cycle. There. Look, I was talking about this one. Have you seen this diagram or not?
No.
This is actually lateral section of ovary. First, when at the time of the puberty inside a female, there are these kind of the follicles. They are called growing follicles. Inside growing follicle, there is an egg, right? Then this follicle matures, right? After menstrual cycle, it is start. When mature, there is a liquid kind of the formation, gel kind of the formation, antrum that is called. This is egg. When it is a fully mature follicle, this is called Graafian follicle. This Graafian follicle at the 14th day of menstrual cycle, it is released in the uterus of, that is the fallopian tube of female. Now this follicle, this ruptured follicle part, the egg is released, then ruptured follicle part, it contract and it become corpus luteum. And now when it become corpus luteum, it start releasing a hormone called progesterone.
Okay.
If fertilization do not takes place, it is start regressing, and then it will, what will happen? It will vanish. Got it?
Okay.
Now it's clear?
Yes.
Okay. So that is the function of luteinizing hormone. Stimulate ovulation, means release of ova in female. It prepares the uterus to implantation. It means stimulate the testis to produce testosterone. So work both in male and female. Prolactin stimulate and maintain the production of milk by mammary gland. Prolactin is secreted after the birth of child. Antidiuretic hormone ADH. I have told you what is the function of ADH.
Sir, is it possible for someone to have high prolactin levels even if they're not pregnant?
Maybe they have normality, but that is not possible. But sometime after the pregnancy, after the birth, it keep on secreting prolactin. Means the milk formation keep on going on. Sometimes it happens due to hormonal abnormality that I have seen. But formation of birth, formation of the milk or activation of the mammary gland without the birth, that is not practically that is. Means exception once, like there may be exception in this word, but when we talk about the like abnormality, so normally it doesn't, like normally it is not formed.
Okay.
Yeah. So this was the prolactin hormone. How does a hormone have effect? That part we will cover in next class because it's a big one. Means how does the hormone, means I have to tell you that what is the hormonal action actually. We are talking about the hormonal action. What is the cyclic AMP? I have to tell you that how does the hormonal action takes place, right? So go through with whatever we have gone through today. And in case if you have any doubt, please ask me.
Okay. I don't have any questions.
No?
No.
So are you studying well nowadays?
Yeah, I finished half of 6A. I will finish it today, and tomorrow I will start 6B.
Okay. Yeah.
I'm learning it by heart so that it
Very,
doesn't get difficult for me.
very good. Very good. Excellent. So let's once more. I want to see your syllabus. Syllabus 2. What is left? Syllabus 2.